All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, awesome. Are you recording?
I'm recording. Well, I
Yeah.
think so. It's live, and I think it automatically records, correct?
Oh, perfect. Maybe. We'll find out. Okay. Well, I am Sales Director Sarah Patel, and this is for my girls, the amazing Miss Amanda Taxera. Amanda started her business back in 2013. She actually joined my unit when I was in DIQ, which is so cool. So she helped me reach up a huge goal. She didn't really know it, but she did. So she came in as one of my personal qualifieds, which was really exciting. And I met her on Craigslist. I like to joke that way. I wasn't looking for Mary Kay people, though. We were roommates for a little bit, and she joined my team. So she started her business in 2013. After only 9 months, you guys, she became a sales director. So what a big deal. She's a lead generating queen, so take lots of notes, get out a pen and paper. She finished on the move. She is a premier driving unit and drives the beautiful white Chevy Cruze, soon to be black Equinox. Woot woot. And let's see, she was in the top 10 for our area's quota sharing the past 2 years. So she definitely knows how to recruit her booty off. So take it away, Miss Amanda.
Yay! Thank you so much. Ladies, I'm super excited to just be in front of you and just sharing what I know. I'm excited for our new consultant training, and I really just encourage you to totally just take a lot of notes tonight. And if you have questions, we're going to open up our pages, our Facebook pages. You can write questions there, or you can Facebook message us personally. So we don't have a whole lot of time, so I really just want to dive right in. I really look at leads as equivalent to money. Like when I don't always get excited to generate leads, but then when I actually see the leads, to me, I equate them exactly with cash because that's what leads are. So I want to talk first off about the level of leads that you should be generating, and it really just kind of depends on what your goals are. And so for someone, for example, who is working more of like part-time business, they're wanting to generate extra income in their business. I really don't think that you can base any business off of your friends and family, so generating leads is crucial. And so at that level, I would probably recommend from generating anywhere from 10 to 20 leads per week. And so there's a lot of ways that you can do that, and I'm going to get into that. But the next level I would look at is you wanting to show movement in your business. So you wanting to move up the career path, you wanting to go into DIQ, get on track for car. Really the level that you should be generating leads is going to be about 50 a week or higher. And so with that being said, there are hundreds of ways to generate leads. I know that sometimes when I think about the amount of leads I should be generating, that 50 can be kind of overwhelming and seem like a lot, but it really isn't, especially with all the different sources that you can have. And so Mary Kay is very, very adamant about if you have just five lead generating lead sources, 5 sources, you're going to be fine. There's absolutely, honestly, you're probably going to be having more leads than you actually need, which is great because then you can dovetail, and we'll get to that later. But 5 lead sources and your business is like booming. Your business is doing good. And so when I say 5 lead sources, I do want to be very clear that it's not just like, okay, these are 5 that I've done before. When I say 5, I mean these are 5 that I consistently work, like continuously. Like I do these 5 like consistently all the time, weekly, every other week. Like I'm doing all the 5 together within a month. So I kind of wanted tonight go over my favorite lead generating ideas, and the first one is fish bowls. And so I know that you guys probably heard of fish bowls, or you've seen them like on our Facebook pages. They're really, really a simple way to generate a lead, and it's nice because it's kind of like a back burner lead. I will say that it is more of a cold lead because it's a blind lead, but it's just great to always have that. And so right here is a fish bowl that I have made, and I do want to say one thing. When you make your fish bowls, because I know that MK Connections, they do actually sell like a raffle box, and that's great. It's beautiful, don't get me wrong, it's beautiful, it serves its purpose, but we need a lot of fish bowls, and I don't recommend investing that much into a fish bowl. You're going to find that with these, the businesses might throw them out, or people might move them or whatever. And so you really want to keep costs to a minimum. And so this is mine right here, and it probably cost me a total of $3. Before it was even cheaper, but I actually just moved into adding a little business card holder to it. So I kind of want to go over like the method to my making my boxes, because it's taken me experience and learning what works and doesn't work. So the first thing that I use is just a box from the Dollar Tree. Costs $1, super simple. I go and get something cute. Does it have to be pink? No, it doesn't. I have really cute ones that look really sharp, and they're silver. Christmas is a really good time to go and stock. I would probably buy like 15 or 20 at a time. And then this right here, I actually created the JPEG, and you can actually log on onto my website and pull off any documents that I go over tonight. You can pull them off my website. So really quick, I just want to share with you what my website is, so you can go ahead and get into it. Right here, this is my website. If you go to it and you want to use the password success, you can access any of the training documents that you need tonight, any pictures that you need printed or lead slips that you need printed. Those are all accessible in that website. So you guys got all that down? If you don't have it down, just put it, just post it on the website. Or post it on your Facebook page. We'll get you all the information that you need. And then let's see. Okay, so so I have these. What I do is I send it into Office Max or Office Depot to have it printed. I have them printed on a 4x6, and I have them laminated in a heavy lamination. So total, last time I had these printed, I think it was about $20, and I made either about 20 or 30 of them. And I do want to say, totally utilize our discount. If you guys are like that discount that we get for Office Depot, I would join Mary Kay all over again just for that discount. It is that good. And I've had orders that are like $100 go down to $40. So seriously, use the discount. So print these out, super cute, in color. They'll laminate them. They'll do everything. You can actually email your local Office Max or Office Depot. On the back, the way I just attach them to the box, I just do a popsicle stick. Totally like generic, like popsicle stick. I cut it in half so it's not so long. And I actually just tape it on the back. I tried hot gluing it before. It falls off, super simple. Tape is the way to go. On the pen, I just Velcro it, and the Velcro you can get from like the Dollar Tree, and it's just a little sticky Velcro to the pen. I put the Velcro just to kind of keep it looking nice and neat, and then I have started attaching like a ribbon to it just because people will steal your pen. And I don't so much care about the pens, because the pens I get from the Dollar Tree also, but the problem with that is if there's no pen, no one else can fill out a lead slip, and that's a huge problem. So the business card holder, the business card holder, I get that from Staples or Office Max. You can get a set of 2 of them for $3.50. And before I would, put like a pad on here or something like that. But what I was finding is when I went to go and pick up my fish bowls, I was having to replace them with new fish bowls. And I don't want to do that. If I can keep the same fish bowl there, I will. And so this way I just have to restock the leads. And so I just print out the lead slips that are available on my website, and I put them in there. And then when I go back and I check them, which I usually come every 2 to 3 weeks, I can just restock the lead slips. With fish bowls, you want to have anywhere from 10 to 15 out at a time. And so what's really great about these is while you're doing stuff, while you're booking parties and you're living your life, these are out there generating leads for you. Usually I check them probably about 2 to 3 weeks. You're going to find that maybe some disappear. You're going to find that maybe some get 1 lead. You're going to find that maybe some get 40. I have one spot that consistently gets 40 leads like every 2 to 3 weeks, and it's great. That's a hot spot. And I make sure that the business that it's in, I take care of those people. I bring them extra product. I've made thousands of dollars off that one fishbowl. But then there are the other places that maybe it doesn't generate anything. Totally feel free to move your fishbowl. Don't leave it at a place that's not hot. And I mean, if it's generating, I think that if it's generating anywhere from 5 to 10 leads every 2 weeks, totally like keep it there. Sounds like a great place. And then you'll also notice the quality of leads. That once you start booking the parties, you also see the quality of leads that the fishbowl produces. So don't spend a lot of money. Rotate if not successful. Check every 2 to 3 weeks. If you guys have any questions about your fishbowls, please just post them on the site. So as far as leaving them out on businesses, it's really simple. I know that before I put them out, it was actually kind of intimidating to me. But what I did is I just kept it really simple. And I went into places that were local businesses. like go-to place is usually a nail salon. It's a local business. Women are like frequent there, and I mean, it's mostly women, and they're women who like pampering themselves, like taking care of themselves. And I really just walk in and go, hi there, I just am leaving this for, I'm doing a, I say like, hi there, I'm doing a customer appreciation program in the community. I just wanted to see if I could leave a raffle box here for your customers. Is that okay? And they'll say yes, they'll say no. I get a lot of yeses, I get some no's. It's not a big deal. You just move on to the next. Other places you can leave it tanning salons, dry cleaners. My one like hot box that I have that is that generates 40 leads, it's actually a deli. Kind of weird, but it's awesome. So feel free to put these in. And again, you want to have 10 to 15 out at a time. And if you go out and you're finding like, oh, this box disappeared, that's, you know, you need to replace it. Go get another box, put it out somewhere else. 10 to 15 of these, that way it's constantly generating leads. So my favorite way to generate leads is probably doing events. And I really like events because one, I like talking to people, and two, it's a hot lead source. With Fishbowls, it's a blind lead. You don't know who's putting a lead in. You don't know who they are. You didn't get to talk to them, which is okay. But with events, I can actually go and pick out the people that I talk to and that I get a lead from. So when I say like events, it could be anything. It could be from going to like a sporting like event and talking to tailgaters. It could be a community festival. For example, one thing that I did is for 4th of July, I bought little flags, those really inexpensive flags, and we went to a 4th of July celebration, and we handed out the flags and we got leads, and it was a really family-friendly celebration. We had a great time, and the bookings have been fantastic from it. So generally what I do is what you're gonna need for events is you're gonna need a clipboard and you're gonna need lead slips. I usually take two clipboards, 2 things of lead slips, 2 pens, that's it. What I usually do is I like some sort of crowd pleaser, something that's inexpensive, because what I found is that people are more likely to even gravitate towards me because they'll be like, oh, I saw these people getting flags, I want those too. And they'll actually start coming up to me rather than me just approaching everybody. And so like if I was going to, let's say I was lead generating at the A's game, I would probably go out and buy like green Mardi Gras beads and hand those out to like all the tailgaters, all the girls and stuff, and just kind of hype up the crowd. And I actually got this idea at a concert because when I was at the concert, I was sitting there, and it was before we all went in, and we were having like a fun like girls' day, like a tailgating party, and there were all these other girls around me, and I was like, oh my gosh, I really just want to warm chat them. And that's kind of how I got this this idea to lead generate at events. And so with it, it's really simple, and you can generate leads really, really fast. Like you can crank out a lot really, really quickly. And so all I do is I take whatever fun thing that I have, whether it's Mardi Gras beads or it's glow sticks or it's little flags. And again, keep it so inexpensive. Like whatever crowd pleaser that you have, it should not be more than 10 cents each. Like don't break the bank over this. And I take the raffle slips and the clipboards, and I really just go up to all the girls and I go, hey ladies, did you get your free raffle ticket? And they're like, oh my gosh, no, I didn't get my ticket. They're like, okay, no problem. I'm from Mary Kay. We're raffling off free pampering sessions today for all the ladies that come out to the A's game. Go ahead, put your name, phone number down. We'll enter you in. So a couple of things that I want to touch on that. Number 1, energy and enthusiasm. Super important. If you walk up to someone who's there to have a good time, she's like in a fun mood, and you're just kind of like, hey, do you want to enter my raffle? Just not going to want to do it. And number 2, I did not ask her if she wanted to. I told her to. So first thing that I asked her is if she had done it. She said no. After that, I did not say, hey, do you want to do this? The reason why is because usually people have to think about something. They're going to lead towards the main answer, which is no. And so instead of me saying, hey, well, do you want to enter? I said, okay, no worries. Go ahead, put your name, phone number down, we'll enter you in. Like, hey, I'm so sorry I missed you. Don't worry, we'll fix this. Let's get you entered in. And then that way they don't even have to think about it. And so we've gone to events, and we've turned out like over 100 leads per person, just working about an hour, hour and a half. And I mean, that can set you up for a couple weeks. That could set you up for a month, just depending on what your goals are in your business. And it's a really, really fun thing to do. And so we'll often, we'll really kind of do like fun things to kind of get the crowd to notice us. Like we'll wear tutus, or we'll all have like matching shirts or something. And the reason I did that is I caught it from the idea of like promo girls. Like if you ever go to like a bar, or I don't know, like other events, and you see like maybe the I'm sorry, this is probably a bad example, but like you see the Budweiser girls, like you see like the Budweiser girls, and they're walking around and they all have their shirts and they all match, and all the people want to go up to them for free stuff. Well, that was kind of my mentality, but instead of them coming to me for Budweiser, they're coming to me for free pampering sessions, which is much better. So the next thing that is a really great lead source, but I do want to say it's a back burner lead source. This is something that you should always be doing, but it shouldn't be considered. I honestly, I don't even consider it in my lead count. And that's referrals. And so every time I go to a party, I make sure to walk away with at least 50 referrals. And so here are our beautiful handy dandy profile cards. Well, what I do is I play something called the referral game. And so every party that I do, when we go to do the satin lips mask, it's a mask. They're supposed to leave it on. And so while they're leaving it on, I do something entertaining, and that's playing a game. And so if you flip to the back sides of their profile cards, there's a section for them to actually write names and phone numbers. And so I will say that this is something that I keep on the back burner, and it's the reason why is these are cold leads. These are people that didn't enter into anything. They have no idea. And so I don't feel like my response rate is nearly as high with referrals, so I don't count them towards my lead count. But I mean, I have hit some really great parties because of my referrals. So the way that I do it is once you put the satin lips mask on, I go, okay, ladies, while that's sitting, we're going to play a really quick game. I want you to flip over your profiles to the other side. So they all do it. And I'll be like, okay, so on the back of your profiles, there's this little section. It's called Section 11, and it's got a list of names and phone numbers. Honestly, the best gift that you girls can give me today is to give me away. I absolutely love referrals. And so what I do is every month I raffle off free pampering sessions. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn a song on, and you're going to have 3 minutes on the clock to write as many names and phone numbers of ladies who could use a pampering session, could use a girls' day, could use a girls' night. Maybe they just need a makeover and you don't want to tell them because that's really rude, you guys. That's not nice. So keep it fun, lighthearted. But I'll say that, and then I do say this. I do want to make something very clear before we get started. Couple points. One, this is Mary Kay. This is not Scary Kay, okay? When you put your people's number in, they will only be contacted once. They will be offered their free pampering session. If they want to take advantage of it, great, they can. If they do not, or they do not answer, I do not contact them again. Two, this is anonymous. You guys, I get hundreds of these per month. I cannot keep track of them. And so if you have that friend who's like, don't give my number out, no problem. She's not going to know it's you, so don't even worry about it. So you may use your phones. This is an open book test. Nobody memorizes phone numbers anymore. And this is a competition, okay? Whoever has the most is going to get 10 tickets into the raffle that we're doing tonight. So if you go on beyond the pink set, or if you fill out all of section 11, don't stop, keep going. That pink section where it says for consultant use only, just be a little rebel, keep writing in there. And so then what I do is I turn a song on. I have a go-to song. It's Taylor Swift's Blank Space, because it's just funny, they're filling out blank spaces. And they'll write as many names and phone numbers. For the ones who don't do it, it's no big deal, they don't do it, whatever. And then there's other women who are just really competitive. And so average party, you guys, I'm walking away with at least 50 leads. And one thing that you'll know is, like, you are who you hang with. And so if you have a party that's maybe not the most awesome party, maybe don't contact her referrals. But if you have a party that's just like, oh my gosh, these girls were so fun and you had a great time, then yeah, totally go for those referrals. But it's just a really great lead source to have back burner because you're constantly generating it. And so when I've had times where I'm just kind of being a negative Nancy and just like, I don't have any leads right now, I can go to my referrals and I'm like, oh wait, I actually have like 300 referral leads that I have not contacted in a couple months, so I should probably do that. So it's just a great lead source to kind of have sitting on the back burner. Let's see, my next favorite lead source is Rose Promos. And so these are a lot of fun, but you do need approval from the business before you actually do a Rose Promo. So what a Rose Promo is it's a customer appreciation promo set up between you and a restaurant or you and an event. And so what we actually got this idea from our national sales director, Crystal Trojanowski. And so we go into the business and we have a letter, and you guys are going into a business, so I want to make something very clear. Look sharp, like look the part. You are a business coming to another business to offer a service. And so I would go in there with like a portfolio, just like a really nice like folder that had like the letters in it, a business card. I even had like catalogs of us, and I would go in and I would ask to speak to a manager, and I would just say, hi, I just wanted to offer a customer appreciation program that we're doing. Here's how, like, is it okay if I talk to you for a second, let you know a little bit more about it? They say, okay, great. So then what I would say is, well, what we do is we almost act like a hostess before the hostess. And so your customers would come in and we'd say, thank you so much for coming to Chevy's tonight. It's ladies' night here at Chevy's, and so we're appreciating all the ladies that come in. Here's your free rose. Go ahead and enter your name and phone number down, and we'll enter you in for a free pampering session. And so the ladies don't have to enter it all, but every single lady gets a rose. And so whether the manager approves it or not, that's how you can kind of, that's how you know you're going to work it. But what we would do is we would go to like Costco and we get a few dozen roses, depending on the restaurant, depending on the night that we were working, anywhere from like 3 to 5 dozen roses. And then that way each lady gets a rose. And so lead wise, you're probably looking at like a little less than 50 cents a lead. So it's not very expensive either. And it's also a very hot lead, much like events. I will say this, when you are booking them, we'll post the letters, the scripts that we have and the letters that we have for Rose Promos. I will say this as far as booking them, try to stick to non-chain restaurants. When you go to when you go to a chain restaurant, you're having to deal with a lot of different like lines of command. Whereas if you go to a restaurant that is, it's not a chain, independently owned, a lot of times you can just speak to a manager and they can approve it right on the spot, which is really cool. Normally when you're going to things like, like BJ's or Islands or whatever, it can be a little bit tougher you'll have to go through corporate and do emails and stuff. And a lot of the times when you go to an independent restaurant, like we booked restaurants in downtown Sacramento and we just book them like that because they're allowed to say right on the spot. So try to stick to non-chain restaurants, but it's a lot of fun and we will post those. One thing that's really cool is making like a little packet, and we'll post a picture of that. Actually, Senior Sales Director Rachel Bond gave us that idea, and it's a really, really great thing to do if you're booking Rose Promos. And then the last one is my least favorite. It's warm chatting. And so it's not my favorite way to do it. Like it's on my top 5 because I do it. And it's not my favorite, but it's kind of silly that it's not, because I get such good results with it. So with warm chatting, you are really generating a hot lead. You are individually going up to someone and you are talking to them about what you do. And I have rarely had people say no to me. And I think the best thing about it is the takeaway that I get from it is I instantly make someone's day with it, because you're going up to a random person and basically complimenting them. This is something that I don't usually go out and do on purpose. I do naturally when I'm out and about. So let's say like I'm at Target and I see just like a sharp looking girl. I will go up to her and I'll say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I had to stop you. I work in skincare and cosmetics, and I just saw you and I think you're absolutely gorgeous. I need to see 100 faces this month and I would love for you to be a face model. Is that something that you would be interested in? And they're like, oh my gosh, yes, thank you so much. You just made my day. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I made your day. And so I will deal with just ladies who look super sharp, or girls who just seem really fun and approachable. Or honestly, I also make a really big point to do it when I find people who do really great customer service. I'm really big on that, because I think that if someone is out there and they're just giving good customer service, I don't want them to work for where they're working. I want them to work with me. I want to work with them. I want them to be on my team. And if they're willing to work hard, for somebody else, imagine how hard they will work for themselves. And, I also will do it to places where I think about, I will think like when I go to Marshall's and I go to the checkout stand and I'm like, would I want that girl's job? No, I would not. Why would she want it? maybe I should offer her this one because I think this is just the best opportunity ever. And so it's nice because you can kind of pick your leads and you can turn them into parties real quick. I mean, don't underestimate the power of a one-on-one facial. Like meeting with them one-on-one is great too, but you can turn it into a party really quick. And I actually did the other day where, you know, I warm chatted a girl at the restaurant that we went to, and then after, she was really excited, and so then afterwards I was like, when I was texting her, because I make sure to always get their phone number, so when you do warm chat, when they do agree to be one of your face models, make sure that you don't give them your card. When you give someone your card, what it does is it puts the ball in their court, and we want to think of this like dating. We don't want the ball in their court, okay? We want it in ours. And so I actually don't give out my business card. What I'll do is go, okay, great girl, let me get your phone number and I'll just shoot you a text tonight, or I'll shoot you a text tomorrow, whichever one. And like, we'll go from there, we'll get it on the books and stuff. Thank you so much. Like, you were totally helping me out. And so for the girl that I did text, what I did is when she texted me back, I had said, okay, thank you. And totally, like, if you want to invite more friends, like, feel free. I would love more face models. I have to see 100 faces this month, and it would seriously help me towards a goal. And I am not above bribery. And so I would have an awesome swag bag for you. So like, I'll just say something like that, along the lines of that. But I want you guys to go onto my website tonight that I put on there, and go into the lead generating training book. And there are a couple forms on there that talk about other ways to lead generate, because that was only 5, and there's seriously hundreds and hundreds of ways. And so I do want to say this: if there's a lead generating tactic that you're just kind of like, I do not want to do that, that sounds awful, then don't do it. There's hundreds. So find the ones that excite you and are going to make you want to work your business. Does warm chatting excite me that much? No, but it's something that I can do. And I get such good results with it that I just kind of have to get out of my own way and just do it anyways. And so I just think that, you know, you should do what excites you, but as long as you have those 5 lead sources, I mean, you're constantly going to be generating leads, constantly. And that will get you prepared for what we're going to talk about next week, which is our booking. So tomorrow morning, we are going to be posting a tracking sheet, because along with the trainings that we're doing, we are also setting you guys up with some challenges to really help you put into action what you are learning on the Hangouts. And this is also the way that you can earn some prizes. Yeah. Okay, so I think that is it. If you girls have any questions, please feel free to post them on the Relentless unit page or the Inspire unit page, and we'll be able to get you whatever answers that you need. I am so excited to just see your girls' results with this. And yeah, we will see you next week. Thanks so much.